Okay, we're pulling out, boys. Spec out here. Got the alternator finally. It's gonna be a pain. I honestly don't know how I'm gonna do it. It's gotta fit in between there. It's barely gonna fit. And it's just gonna be twisting around. I'll bring it back once I get it in there. I'm gonna get it in there, then put the bracket on it. You can't put the alternator in there with that bracket on. So put your bracket up in there, get your alternator up in there, then put this together. Then you're gonna have to go from the top and put it on. It's gonna be the best way. I'll bring you guys back. All right, boys, alternator's on. Belts are all back on. Gotta finish putting all this piping back together. I gotta clean up this shop real quick though. So I'm gonna do that. It's just a disaster. Between me and both of my buddies have been in and out of here working on their trucks too. We've just been beating the crap out of our trucks, man. There's really nothing else to say about it. So I just gotta clean all this up. I'll bring you right back. We're gonna get this on, start it up, see where I'm at. All right, boys. It's actually been a few days. I don't know where I left off. Alternator's on. Pretty sure I recorded that. I gotta hook up all this intercooling piping, put the white pipe back on, and just go over everything because I'm gonna get this thing running here in a little bit and probably take it down the street. All right, boys, she's running, fired right up like usual. Timing's still good. We put a voltmeter on the alternator. It's reading 14 what?
14.36.
So we're good. I'm at pumped. We're gonna take this thing down the street, like right now. I'm pretty much ready. I just gotta play around with it a little bit. I gotta let this thing warm up, just watch the AFRs, go through some light revs, make sure this map's still good up to like 4 grand, and take it for a ride. That's the plan. Right now I'm sitting at 12. It's going through its warm-up sequence. I'm not gonna mess with it this time. It's already ran a few times lean, so I'm gonna let it run a little rich right now. But yeah, give this thing a good, 15 minutes. Let me get my operating temperature up. It starts to lean out a little bit right through here. And she's gonna need a little bit more fuel. This warm-up sequence should be around 10, so it's not running like super rich. Like once this is all done and broke in, I want this warm-up sequence to probably start around 10 AFRs for a good 15 minutes so it's up to operating temperature. Then it idling at like 13 is a good area, 13 to 14.7, stuff like that. All right, I just been sitting here messing with it. It's warm. I turned my O2 controller on just to help me out a little bit. Okay, let's see how this goes. I'm gonna at least try to back it out. I have like no clutch. My clutch isn't working. Oh, there's a problem. I have no clutch at all. The whole like slave cylinder thing might be bad. It seems like it's working though. I don't know if you guys can see, but when he presses the clutch, you can see that it engages. It's like maybe it's just not going back far enough. I'm gonna watch this footage that I just showed you guys, but I think I'm gonna have to replace that whole thing. I even watched my video when I put the clutch on. I put it on right, everything's right. The fork's on right, the bearing's on right, the pressure plate's on right. It's gotta be that like cylinder that, I don't even know what you call it, like the whole plunger thing that I just showed you. Okay, so I got this whole cylinder out. I took it apart to see if it was like leaking anywhere. It's not. Everything's fine. It pushes in real easy. I don't know how hard it's supposed to be. I mean, he's not pressing the clutch or nothing. But, I don't know. I think it's bad. Because I remember, see how it just jumped? I don't know if that showed up on camera or not. I pushed it in, it like jumps up. Like it gets caught. There's no way I have air in it. Because I bled the crap out of it before I took this engine back out. And I never disconnected this. This just stayed in the car to the last time I rebuilt the engine. And I drove the car on the last rebuild. And everything was fine. Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna try to bleed this one more time just to see if I have air in there. It's just like a brake bleeder on there. I just got the vacuum bleeder on there. All right, we're gonna try it. Got vacuum on there. We're gonna try to bust this loose. It's gonna be hard to do without it being bolted in the car or like in a vise. Oh yeah, there's air in there. Okay.
Let me hold that.
Now you're learning.
Now let me put this on there.
There you go. Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. All right.
I bled the crap out of this thing. I don't know where I would have got air in this at. I still think that this is bad. Like my buddy was just saying. Once you this is apart, I think the seals must be bad in it because there's no reason that this got air in the line again. We cleaned this all up in there and then packed it with grease. But I'm gonna order a new one of these because I think there's like an O-ring or something on the inside of this plunger or this piston that seals it, and it's gotta be leaking there because there's no reason that there's air in this line with how much I bled this. I completely flushed this thing twice. The fluid's dirty again too. Like if you watch that video the first time I did this, I flushed it so many times that the fluid was clear. And now it's completely black again. It's gotta be sucking in air or something somewhere. But at least we got it to be stiff again. I still want to try to take it for a ride today, but I got that cylinder back in there. I mean, the best thing is, I can't even talk. At least you know you can change that with everything still together. It's a pain, but you don't have to take everything apart to get to that. I'm gonna order a new one of those because obviously I need it. I don't know where else it could be leaking from. Leave it down in the comments. But let's see if this works now. Okay, clutch in. Oh, it feels a lot better. There we go. Clutch is working now. Before, when I put the clutch in, I couldn't put in gear. Alright, let this thing warm up, and we're gonna try to take it down the street. It should be fine. Everyone I talked to was all like, yeah, your same tune that you had on it, as long as you don't have adjustable cam gears, it'll still run and drive with cams put in. We're pulling out, boys. Dude, she's good, boys. We're gonna go for a rip. Add some fuel.
One?
Yeah.
More?
Nope. Yeah, add some. 3 clicks. There you go. Add 2 more? Okay. We're driving it. There's no alignment at all. It's all over the place, but she's running. Air fuels is just a little rich. Dude, this thing's a beast! I don't have any windshield wipers, so never pulled those back on. The alignment's pretty jacked up. It needs some more like drivability tuning, but like flat out is what we mainly worked on before I rebuilt the engine again. So it's pretty good when you like punch it. Just need some fuel. Breaking up a little bit. Yeah, she needs dialed in a little bit more. I gotta get a hold of Jared at Higher Standard Performance, have him come down and work with me. Third gear kind of just leaned out a little bit there. Yeah, I'm not gonna go beat the crap out of it today, but at least it hit the road. Yeah, she needs some more tuning, that's for sure. But she ran a little lean a few times, but she's okay. She keeps dying every time I get off the fuel. That once I let off the throttle, it needs to be tuned. So wherever it's jumping down to, it needs either more fuel or some fuel taken out. It sounds like it's just drowning now that I'm listening to it. So, I don't know, boys. Let's get her back in the shop. Every now and then I keep getting a timing error. So I'll hit the throttle, it'll throw one timing error. Alright guys, I actually just talked to Jared at Higher Standard Performance, who was helping me remote tune. He's going to come down sometime next week, and I'm just going to wait for him. And the reason why I'm throwing error codes is because this cast is probably in 180, which I read the forums. I've talked about this in other videos. The forums, a bunch of people in the forums say it doesn't really matter if you put that in at 180, the cast. It doesn't matter which way it goes in. Well, Jared said it definitely matters with the AEM. So the cast might be in 180, that's why I stalled when I let off, and that's why it's running a little bit lean, like he said. And he also wants to set timing at 5 degrees, not 15 degrees, as I've been doing on the AEM, because the AEM kind of like defaults to 15 degrees. But you can change that, and I didn't really want to mess with it because being honest with you guys, I don't really 100% understand it yet, you know? So I kind of just left it where it was. So he's going to start with timing over because I keep getting timing errors. I ended up getting 7 of them just going up the street just now. And yeah, he's going to be here sometime next week we'll do a video with him. We'll do all drivability in that video. Everything will be good to go. 100% is what he just told me. We'll get it all dialed in. Drivability, I'll break it in for it'll probably be a few months because it's February. There's still a bunch of snow and everything. So I'll drive it on nice days, get it nice broken, do a few oil changes. Then we're gonna go see how much power we can get out of his dyno. I'm still hoping for 600. Let's check these plugs real quick and see how lean I actually got. These are still the same plugs too. I've never changed the plugs. So I might do that before Jared comes. Oh no, man, I'm pretty good. Yeah, that's a good looking plug right there. I'm happy with that. It's not covered in fuel like it was the last build, and it's not completely burnt. If you're running really lean, they'll be like stone white, like super, super white and just burnt. If you're running rich, they'll be soaking wet when you pull them out. Everything's good. We're good. I'm happy. Oh my God, boys. She runs, she drives. Man, if you actually made this far in the video, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you want to see the whole rebuild of this engine, from pistons, rings, bearings, everything, it's all on my channel if you're new. I am pumped. Next video should be Jared here. We should be street tuning this thing, getting it ready. Should be all dialed in. Dude, this is awesome. Thing's gonna be a beast. Really hoping to hit that 600. All right, boys, I will see you in the next one. See ya.